place about where the logo is.
Oh, what a weird feeling.
Paddle alternating arms. Yeah. Yeah, just head out that way. I'll watch you.
You're gonna try sitting up on it for a second.
Oh, that takes months of practice. Just lay down for now. Just paddle alternating arms. There you go. So now when you're paddling, it kind of helps keep your center of balance, right?
Yeah.
Rather than just laying on it without it.
Keep your knees on the board or off?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, don't fight it, just... So go ahead and paddle past me. Paddle past me.
I had no idea these fucking things are so hard to stay on.
Well, these aren't. These are huge boards. These are like sitting on a table. There you go. See, once you get paddling, you get your center of balance a little better. So you kind of want to put your chest into the board, yeah, like that, and then paddle. And then once you paddle, you're moving and then you get a center of balance. Scoot back on the board a little bit, just a little bit, till your feet and pretty much touch the tail. About there, yeah.
Okay. So these boards are 8 foot.
Yeah.
I learned on a 6'8", which is
6 foot 8 feet. I mean,
Okay.
6 foot 8 inches. This one's 8 foot. 8'0".
this was easier, the longer.
This is much easier.
Really?
Yeah. If I would have started on one of these, my surfing may have been much different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I learned on that short board. Well, this is like a giant boogie board, so this should be even easier.
Yeah.
And then normally, when you're either trying to catch a wave or you're paddling back out and you're trying to avoid being hit by a wave, you want to paddle in bursts of about 10 to 15 strokes at a time. So it would be more like this, like 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you can freaking over on these boards because it's so big. Yeah, these boards, compared to to the shortboard, the 6/8 that I normally surf, these things are like paddling on a cloud. You can paddle with your fingertips on these things. And then you want to scoot forward. If you're going to sit up, yeah. And then you got to bring your knees in a little bit, kind of like riding a horse.
Horses fucking hate me.
What'd you do to that horse, man?
Well, I like that part.
And then to get back on, you want to go back towards the tail.
Right.
And kind of
pull it towards you?
Yeah, exactly.
Like go way off the tail or off the side?
Yeah, from the tail, and then just kind of sink the back and pull, scoot. Yeah, just lunge yourself up on it.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit from the side. And then your nose should be about where the logo is, and then your toes should be almost touching the tail. And then start paddling forward and you'll get your center of gravity back. Yeah, that looks much better.
Yeah, my cup too.
And then when you want to rest, what I do is just bring your hands up to the center of the board like that.
Right.
And your elbows, you kind of rest on your elbows. And then you can just kind of glide. Give a couple of paddles and then you can glide. Do like 3 big strokes paddling and then glide. Bring your hands up there and glide, yeah. I've never taught anybody to surf before.
We're a great combination.
Oh, you're doing alright.
Yeah.
There are guys that do surf schools out here that guarantee that you catch a wave and stand up. And they do.
Yeah, I know.
One of the guys I follow on Instagram, his name is Waikiki.
Yeah.
And he gets a lot of Japanese and little kids and stuff, and he does really awesome videos. A lot of times he'll be on his longboard right next to them,
Yeah.
and he'll have his foot on their board, kind of guiding them, and then holding one of their hands while he's holding a GoPro in the other hand, filming the whole thing.
Really? Shit, dude, what I was thinking, I've been up in the water for so fucking long. God, it feels fucking great.
So yeah, paddle towards those 2 people out there. Because the wind is going to make us drift to the right. Now there's turtles out here too. About where that guy is snorkeling to your left, I saw a baby turtle the last time I was out here. And as I was paddling, he came up right at the nose of my board. And then he went back down. And I just reached down and I just tapped him on the back of the shell just to let him know I was still there. Yeah, once we get to where those people are, then we can sit up and rest.
This feels really good after all the kettlebell workout.
Yeah. Try doing like a five paddle sprint. that's actually how I rest. Because laying down arching your back and stuff and paddling, it gets really tiresome. And so, you know, sitting up, you know, just changing position allows me to rest in order to get enough to, you know, to go again paddling.
Right.
Oh, look at this girl catching this wave. Is that a girl? It's a guy. There's so many young girls out here, and wearing bikinis when they're wearing practically nothing.
Yeah, I like that. Dude, I'm fucking addicted. What for this wheel?
Yeah, yeah, it's nice. I've been making videos where I just put the GoPro on the board forward, and then just don't talk for the whole video, and then I just label it as ASMR. So an hour and a half of me just paddling with just the sound of the ocean. Oh yeah, so this guy's taking lessons for this. So he's got a slightly bigger board. He's got one of those like lifeguard boards.
Yeah.
So it's an actual.
I would rather learn on something like this.
Yeah, the soft ones are really good for this. And you don't really want to go much bigger than this.
Yeah.
This is 8 foot.
Yeah.
So once you're out here where there's actually waves, a bigger board is harder to handle.
Oh yeah.
It's harder to get through the
You
waves.
gotta work it with the water.
Well, imagine a big wave coming at you, and you have to get that board either over the wave or through the wave.
Right.
That's why, you know, a short board like the 6/8 that I learned on, you can duck dive it.
Right.
So, you know, that was one of my big learning curves, was learning how to duck dive.
Are those boards as buoyant as these are?
No, of course not.
Like that in every way.
So,
I think what my brain expected. I think my brain expected to be a little bit more here instead of here.
huh?
I think my brain expected that the board would sit a little lower in the water. So
Oh, lower in the water. No, these sit higher in the water because they're really big and buoyant.
Yeah. The other ones sit a little lower.
And so that's what I was talking about with these. It's like floating on a cloud. You can paddle with your fingertips like this.
Right. The other ones are more in the water. Because all my understanding of this is visual. So yeah, it's actually go here and get kinesthetic.
So do a sprint past this wave. Do a sprint over this wave. So you get past the wave. Okay. Now imagine that's a 4-foot wave. Oh wow, what did I just said? Yeah, if we come sit right here, you might be able to catch a wave. So when I set up on the board, I have to scooch forward till, you know, I'm a little more to the center of the board. Yeah, don't fight it.
Hey brother, time. Yeah. Got a quarter after one.
guy is learning on is a 12 foot. So that's 4 feet longer than this one.
Okay.
So, you want to try to catch a wave?
Sit on this thing for a second.
There you go. Point to the circle towards shore and get on. Try to catch this wave. There's 2 waves coming. Point the nose towards shore. And then crawl on. And then get ready to do a sprint. Never mind, it's going past. So when you find a spot where you're balanced and comfortable and everything, remember like where your nose would be on that symbol.
Right.
When you go to catch a wave, you're gonna do like a 10-stroke sprint, and then there'll be a point where you feel small adjustments. And so when you're sprinting to catch the wave, there'll be a moment where you feel that the wave has kind of picked you up and is moving you forward. Right. Give like 2 more strokes, and then you'll just glide. In order to keep my balance, so it's almost flat but with the nose up a little bit. So whenever it comes time to catch a wave, you're going to want to scoot back so that you can pivot on the tail and spin it around. Okay, here comes a wave. You got about 20 seconds. So wait up. I'll tell you when to go, and they're going to do like a 10-stroke sprint. Alright, get ready. Okay, go, sprint. The first wave. Good job.
Well, no wonder you guys rode here all the time.
That's fun, huh? Yeah. You want to paddle back out? All right. Okay, go ahead, paddle. Like that, you would paddle a little bit harder and pick up speed and be able to go over. So this spot is called Canoes. The one way over there where that next group of people is, that's Queens.
Okay.
And we can go out a little bit more. Pay attention to the bottom. You notice that there's patches where it's all sand.
Yeah.
And then there's dark patches. That's where the reef is.
Yeah.
The wave is going to break on the reef.
On the reef.
So the sand parts are all holes, and where the deep holes are, the wave doesn't fill the bottom, so it doesn't jack up in order to break. Look at this wave.
Can you feel the difference out here? The sand in the reef?
You can watch where the wave breaks. So you watch this wave, and you'll notice when it hits that dark area right there, see it starts to jack up. And they also form a bowl like this, watch. So the wave is coming at you, it's pretty flat. Once it starts filling that wave, it starts to bowl like that. So what's happening is the middle part is jacking up and slowing down, or slowing down and jacking up.
Right.
And the outer parts are still going fast.
Right.
So that's what they call a bowl.
Yeah.
And so you want to be right in the middle of that in order to be on the apex of the peak.
Right.
Are you hooked? Hey, you did pretty good. About the first wave you tried. It's pretty easy on these boards.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it took me a month to get one of these.
Yeah.
They were sold out.
Because everybody's going for them. They're so easy to use.
I think because of the lockdown, so many locals are coming out and learning to surf. I made a remark that, you know, since there aren't that many tourists in town, that it should be really easy to surf. There should be less surfers and less kooks. Because you get these tourists that come out on a surfboard and they don't know what they're doing. And then they get into people's waves, they catch waves and they wipe out and the board goes flying at you. And it's dangerous.
Yeah, yeah.
So I thought, well, without all those tourists doing that, it should be pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, instead, what we've got is locals doing that.
Right.
Locals who have just decided to take up surfing since they're not working. And locals who just, since they're not working, they just go surfing every day. So the surfing is actually more crowded than normal.
Really?
Yeah.
They're all over here.
Except for today, because today there's practically no waves.
Yeah.
Last week when the waves would have been like 1 to 2, today it's 0 to 1.
Okay.
When it was like 1 to 2, there would have been 200 people out here.
Not that stand-up paddling must be something to do.
I tried it one time at the sandbar in Kaneohe.
Yeah.
It's harder than it looks, dude.
That's why I'm thinking now that I'm on the board looking at it out here.
Because I got on it and I tried to paddle across the sandbar towards the ocean, which was into the wind. And I'm standing on the board and I'm standing with my feet directly apart from each other, facing forward, and I'm paddling, and I wasn't getting anywhere. So what I did was I laid down on the board, paddled it like a surfboard until I got way on the other side of the sandbar, turned it around and stood up and was paddling. But more so than paddling, I think I was just acting as a sailor, and the wind was just blowing me straight back to the boat. And then if I wanted to turn, I would paddle on one side and it would still go straight. So I couldn't get it to turn. I figured out afterwards that I think what I should have done in order to turn was to move back on the board so that it pivots. So we're pretty much drifting out of the area where you can catch waves.
Right. They're just catching here, yeah.
We're about to get into the channel between canoes and pops. But that's all right, we can just enjoy the water.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a wave. You wanna go?
Yep.
Turn towards shore. You probably won't catch it, but okay, sprint, sprint, sprint. Okay, okay. So go ahead and paddle back to me. Yeah, that's something that beginners do. You know, they'll catch a wave and then they'll miss it, and then they're that much closer to shore, and then instead of turning around, they just stay in that spot and try to catch the next wave and the next wave until they're all the way to shore, and then they're ready to go home. Oh, here we go. I might be able to catch this one. You ready? Okay, go, 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 go. Wow, no way. All right, now look behind me. You see where that whitewash is? Behind me. No, behind me over here. You see where that whitewash is? Oh, it's kind of gone now, but between me and the stand-up paddle, that tells you that's where the wave broke most. So that's where you want to go to catch the next wave. See how it's bowling right there? See how it's bending? That's where you want to be. You want to be in the cup of that bowl. And we're drifting that way anyway, so. Yeah, that's why all of those surfers are right there. Oh, look at the little kids, like 8 years old. Oh man, the sky looks nice. Cirrus clouds. So that's the Sheraton Waikiki, the Royal Hawaiian, the Moana Surf Rider with the banyan tree in the middle, the two towers there, that's the Hyatt Regency, the short one there, the round one, that's the Waikiki Circle Hotel. we could almost catch this one. Yeah, just wait. Because there's a guy on it. We're not at the peak yet.
Yeah.
So you got the short one there, the round one with the white cap on the top. That's the Waikiki Circle Hotel, and behind that is the Aston Towers.
Oh, okay.
And then behind that, in the shadow with the two green stripes on the top, that's the Waikiki Resort Hotel. And then my building is behind that.
Oh,
And then way over to the right, you got the A-frame of the church. And then that's the no, to the right of the church is why can't I think of it? The one with the tour pickup on the back. Marriott. And then the one to the right of that is the one with the tiki bar. What's that one? The Aston? Yeah, the Aston Waikiki. Yeah. Hey, you want to catch this one? Yeah, we're right in the zone. Yeah, point toward shore. Never mind. It's fading out. So, hey, look where the whitewash is. Tyco, we need to paddle out. See where that guy is standing up there, right there?
Yeah.
We need to go right there. So paddle past me this way. Hey, you're doing it. You want to keep the nose up a little bit, so you probably want to move back just a little bit. So the nose is just above the water. Yeah, that's good. So go ahead and paddle. Yeah, keep that line. Paddle. Right where we are. Right over there too.
Yeah.
So we're in a good spot right here. Yeah, I'm filming this. You'll be able to watch it back.
Yeah, it's funny.
It helps a lot when you can watch yourself back and see what you did.
Yeah.
Make sure it's perfect what?
Perfect day for my first time.
Yes, as far as wave size.
Yeah.
You want to turn around and try to catch this one? Okay, go. Sprint. Sprint. Got it, go. Alright, come back. Yeah, it's kind of hard to catch. The wave didn't have enough oomph. How's your arms? So we're over sand, but it's shallow. This is the sand from where the jetty at the Royal Hawaiian.
Right.
bends the current back out to sea and sends all the sand out here. So, you should have heard that, dude. It was like a freaking whale came up next to me. Because I was looking away, explaining something, and all of a sudden I heard whoosh. But yeah, that jetty bends the current back out, and then all of the sand from the beach gets conveyor belted out to here. So between here and the Royal Hawaiian, you just stand up the whole way. And then when it comes time to stand up on these things, because they're so big, I mean, you can practically, just catch the wave, and after you catch it, you can just kind of, like you're laying on a floor and you're trying to stand up.
Right.
So you can do like a 3-step, stand up, where normally when you're catching a bigger wave, you've heard the term drop in, right? Because you're literally dropping.
Right.
And the thing about that is as you're transitioning from the prone position to the standing position, your board is actually falling out from underneath you. So you don't have to so much stand up as you do. Oh, go, 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 go. Paddle, 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 paddle. And you're still laying down, you're still trying to stand up forward on your board in order to put more weight on the back so that you keep going so you don't lose the wave, so you don't teeter over the back. And I'm trying to make it as hard as I can while still laying down. Even after moving forward, and now when the waves start to die out, then you want to still try to push it. I actually do a pumping motion. But yeah, you got what I was saying, is that on a bigger wave, when you catch it, when you go to stand, you're not so much coming up to stand as the board is falling underneath from it. Yeah, so you're just moving into the standing position as your board is falling away.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy that they haven't painted over that. I don't think so. Yeah, it's ironic that just like 6 months before that, Mayor Caldwell was bragging about all of the security cameras that he put around Waikiki. think he said he was installing 40 security cameras around Waikiki. See, it's where it's hauling right there. Across keys, paddle all the way out to pops, and then just catch a wave in.
Wow. Different workout for the kettlebell. It feels like almost like stretching. The kettlebell is really dynamic, man.
Yeah, when I was in my 20s, when I was learning, it was my triceps and my back muscles. I saw a picture of myself from the back one time and I was like, holy cow, that's me? So let's try to catch the next big wave. Shoulder is supposed to be 15 to 25 for wide. That's up to 40-foot faces. So it probably would have been too big today to be photogenic, but maybe tomorrow while it's on its way down, pipeline should be good. Maybe I'll drive Uber for a little bit and then head up there.
Straight down?
Yeah, I got the email about 11:35 p.m. last night, right as I was worn out from doing laundry. I did like 6 loads of laundry last night. Because I have a whole bunch of underwear and t-shirts. So when I run out of underwear, that's when, or towels. Underwear or towels, then I do laundry. Me too.
They don't last for like a year. Or they turn into like a rag.
I have one towel that still has my name stenciled on it from when I was in the Navy.
Wow, really?
I retired in 2006.
That's a while ago, dude.
That thing is falling apart though. So you see where the sky is? You see how there's that that dark area right there? That's reef, so it should reform right there.
All right, okay.
So yeah, the next big one, let's try to catch it. Oh yeah, you know, when I surfing was better than sex. And they would like interview surfers and they'd ask them, which is better, surfing or sex? And they were like, oh, I don't know, maybe surfing?
I understand that already. I think sex is better, but still.
Okay, the wave after this little one right here. So go ahead and point towards shore. Get ready to sprint. All right, go, paddle, 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 paddle. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Go, 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 go. All right, come back. Look to your right, look to your right. You see the whitewash? That's where you needed to be. Back out, or you want to go in? Okay, so where those guys are. Yeah, that'd be great if suddenly the waves just doubled in size. Now that we're out here. Tyco. Go ahead and come this way. Because you're drifting away from where the wave is breaking. So, like halfway between me and this guy. So if it was double the size and I was out at Pops, I could catch a wave laying down that would last 75 seconds.
Wow.
You gonna try this next one after this one? So turn around. No, never mind, never mind. Look behind you. See the whitewash? It's fading out. So you're in the perfect spot.
Got catamaran coming in?
Yeah, go blow the horn for us to get out of the way. Let's go and see where that other one is. To the right of that, you can see where the ropes are. They blow a conch horn at you.
I'm gonna wait till he passes me.
Well, you could paddle out and to the left and be out of the way. Be water, my friend. Water can flow, or water can crash.
Yeah.
Did you see the movie about him? Oh, is it something dragon or something?
Yeah.
He was kind of arrogant in that movie. Yeah. That's like a meme that I saw again yesterday from Neil deGrasse Tyson about how people need to have a degree of badassery, knowing that you're right because you've done the research.
Right. A degree of badassery.
Pretty cool. A physicist used to be a grappling wrestler.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I haven't even got my hair wet. It's kind of itching my back. Should have some cool footage though. Still going. Yeah, you can see how it's bowling between you and that girl. Oh. So then there's, tactics that you can use. So you see how the wave, there's a point, an apex where it breaks at. And then to either side of that is the shoulder where it breaks even less. So go ahead and paddle over in front of that guy with the white board. Yeah. So that apex or the peak of the wave is where it's you know, the most powerful. And then you got the shoulders to either side of that are less powerful. And beginners are always scared to get into that zone where the apex is.
That's where you want to be.
Yeah. They try to catch the waves from the shoulder, what they call shoulder hopping. It's harder to catch the wave, but so you want to actually paddle towards that apex. And you can do that like this, where like you paddle over to the wave, like you're paddling toward the apex, and as you get closer to it, start turning towards shore.
Right. And the apex is behind.
Yeah. I just realized behind the Royal Hawaiian, that's the Ritz-Carlton.
Oh yeah.
If you're up to it, I was thinking we could paddle back to that far point where we were at the beginning, and then catch the wave in. You see where all those people are? So we can go in right there, because that's where the waves are obviously breaking. So you can actually catch a wave almost all the way to shore there. Or we could do it here. Are you up to that paddle? Okay. Alright, you got to move anyway. The boat's coming. the tip of Diamond Head. I'll follow you so you can go at your pace. Tip of Diamond Head. It was that much bigger that they were breaking way out here. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I just haven't for the past couple of weeks purposely to the sun so I'm not so white and pasty. Feels good. Yeah, I haven't even got my the other day I was sitting on my board and I was looking down at the at the pockets, you know, between the reef and the sand. And so from sitting on my board, I just leaned over and dived to the bottom, immediately hit the bottom. I thought it was twice as deep as it really was. Luckily I had my hands out and I hit with my hands first. That coral is sharp, man. I dragged my big toe across it and it hurts now. Oh, I just did it again. You talk about the drift? Oh, yeah. And when you're catching a wave, I traveled using my GoPro videos to try to calculate the speed. So like the 75-second wave, I went on Google Maps and tried to estimate the distance. And I figured I was going about 21 miles an hour. Yeah, going down the hill on Diamond Head Road from Papillion Community College, the speed limit there is 25. And I was doing on my bike one time when I was recording it on my GPS. It said I was going 25 miles an hour downhill. I was going so fast that I would put my feet back on the pedals so I couldn't catch up. Yeah. Yeah, we should do this like every other day. I haven't seen any turtles yet today. I mean, we keep doing this. We could do a paddle when we paddle all the way from one end to the other end. Oh, you hear the Air Force jets taking off. We've just drifted all the way across the reef. We're back to the sand. So yeah, to the back, we're going all the way to the back. Yeah, almost all the way to the back, but just kind of to the side, and then just kind of pull it underneath you. I think it might help when you're doing that too, if you point the nose into the waves. All right, so I figure from here, if we stay over the reef, we should be able to catch a series of waves all the way to shore.
Where we going?
So back over the reef a little bit, and then just catch the waves. We're gonna kind of go through these people. This way, watch it, and watch where it bowls. It's going to bowl about where I am. Watch it bend behind you. And you can pick out landmarks too to find your lineup. So like once you find a spot where the waves are breaking good and you catch a wave, you want to come back to that exact same spot, pick two lineups.
Right.
So you'll pick two objects this way so that you line up one object, like the side of one building lining up with the side of another building, or you know how much it's peeking out from one side.
Right.
And then you pick another one. I usually go towards Diamond Head and pick, like when I'm way out at Pops, I'm so far out that I actually line up those houses over there, like where John lives,
Right.
with the tip of Diamond Head. But look behind you and see how far from that we are. So I have to pick a different landmark, like say the gazebo at the wall and the movie theater thing behind it. And then just see how one is in front of the other. And so when you catch the wave and you want to paddle back out to the exact same spot, you use those two 90-degree markers. But look at those buildings out at the tip of Diamond Head to the right where John lives. You see how far away they are from the tip of Diamond Head?
Yeah.
When I'm out at Pops, they line up.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah, it's out there where those boats are. Not as far as those boats, but... And then my marker over here is, you know those pinnacles on the top of the Royal Hawaiian? See that middle one that sticks up?
You line it up with the buildings behind it.
Yeah, but not that one. There's another one down and to the left of that.
Yeah.
And I line that up with the edge of the Sheraton Waikiki, that point that's pointing towards us.
Right.
I line those up.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
So yeah, there's another pink thing sticking up behind there that's down and to the left that you can't see from here. But yeah, you see how the Sheraton Waikiki bows like that, like where the infinity pool is?
Yeah.
When I'm out at Pops, like on Sunday when the bands are playing,
Yeah.
and the outrigger, like Capena plays on Sundays,
Yeah.
the sound bounces off of those buildings, and I'm like getting a free concert while I'm surfing. Oh man, there hasn't been a wave in a while. And we're probably throwing all these people off there. They're probably looking at us way out here going, what are those guys doing way out there? Are there waves out there? It is. If you watch right there, you see that wave? You see how it's bending on the reef right there?
Yeah.
If it was slightly bigger, this would be the spot. Holy cow, look how crowded that's gotten.
So there's not very many people out here compared to normal.
Today, there's hardly any. I mean, today it's like 10% of normal.
Yeah.
But the past couple of weeks, there'd be like 200 people at this spot alone.
Yeah.
there'd be like 50 people at Queens and maybe 100 people here and about 100 people there and about 25 people at Tops and about another 25 people at Paradise. And then at this spot here, it's not real peaky where there's not a definite one peak. You know, there's like multiple peaks and a long wide shoulder. So you'll get like 6 people on the same wave. See how that's peaking up right there? You see how it's pulling right there where they are? They're in the right spot. That's where we used to be. They still didn't catch it though. It wasn't big enough. So we may as well just, each time there's a wave that looks like we can catch it, just paddle for it, and then don't paddle back out. Just keep paddling for waves until you get to shore. Yeah, look to your right. See how it's peaking right there? But it's just not big enough. I wonder if maybe the tide is going up. The water's getting deeper. And to think right now the North Shore has 40-foot faces. I'm starting to feel the sun a little bit on my chest. You gonna try for this one? Nah, just a I don't think there's gonna be anything. Hey, you see the Circle Hotel? Paddle. See where that wall is to the right of it, the rock wall? Paddle for that right tip. The guy in the white standing on the reef with the girl. Paddle for that, and that'll take us back into where we paddled out from. And there are little waves that you can catch right there. That's where the kids learn to surf. So just follow me. See where the sand guardwall is? Yeah. Paddle to the right, I just GoPro in the bottom. That's how you duck dive a wave though, you have to push the nose of your board through the wave. Oh, this wave. Hey, look behind you. This one. Tyco. Yeah, go. It's fading out. Get up on your board. It's really shallow. Get up on the board and the waves will push you in. Get up on your board. Watch out behind you. Yeah. So now you can just let the waves push you in. So you just paddle a little bit, and each wave will take you a little bit closer to shore.
What we have to do.
Oh, that jetty, either side of it.